All right, so here's our agenda for today. First, we're going to talk about the new pricing option available beginning June 14th. And then next, we will show you a sneak peek of the rate page, which will be available June 14th, and show you how some of the items have been reformatted. Third, we want to inform you of a name change. StepUp Premium Pricing Refinance will now be called StepUp Lender Credit Refinance. There have been no changes to the option except for its name. Number 4, we're going to show you the updates firsthand in our online commitment system for all users. There's been some changes, so Heidi is going to walk us through some changes so you can see what the system will look like on June 14th. And then we'll have time for questions. Okay, so let's talk about the new pricing option first. We heard from many lenders that they would like to have an additional pricing option available where borrowers can pay no origination fee at time of closing, which would lower their closing costs, and finance the fee through a slightly higher interest rate. We heard you and thank you for this feedback, and we're happy to announce that these changes are a result of your feedback. So thank you to those of you that provided input along the way. So adding an additional pricing option just gives borrowers more choice and flexibility if they need to lower their closing costs. So these changes will be available for loans locked on or after June 14th. Here's a table to show you the current pricing option and the new pricing option. So starting June 14th, we'll offer 2 different pricing options that you can choose from. So the first line there is the 1% origination fee, which is how you've traditionally priced loans with Minnesota Housing. And this is where you charge the borrower a 1% origination fee, and the lender receives a 1.5% service release premium. This is available for all programs and all products. The 0% origination fee is where you do not charge an origination fee to the borrower, but the lender receives a 2.5% service release premium. Now this option will be available for only startup and StepUp 30-year mortgages. Over here, I've got listed the options where it's not available. So 0% origination will not be available for 15-year loans, our mortgage credit certificate program, Fannie Mae's HFA preferred risk sharing, and the upfront paid mortgage insurance. So keep that in mind when you are sharing the options with your borrowers. Here is a sneak peek of what the rate page will look like beginning June 14th. This is a sample, so it's just to give you an idea of how the rates will be organized on the page. The interest rates you see are not actual rates or example of the rate differential. We'll provide those to you on June 14th, but it shows you an easy comparison so that the pricing options are in each column, so you've got easy comparison. I'd like to call your attention to how the government loan products are now organized. All 3 options, the VA, FHA and RD, are all grouped together under government, and you'll see in our online commitment system how they're grouped together as well. You can also see for the upfront paid mortgage insurance option and the preferred risk sharing, there is only one pricing option available here. For that, it's just the 1%. We don't list the 0% here since it's not available. So this is a sneak peek of what the StepUp program page will look like, and I'd like to call your attention to the areas where the 0% origination is not available. We'll just put an NA in there so you know which one is available. All right, I'll break for just a second. If you have any questions, type them in, and we'll answer those, and if you have other questions that come in later, we'll answer those near the end. All right, we're just going to keep going then, and feel free to keep typing those questions in if you've got them. So next we'll discuss the StepUp Lender Credit Refinance. So this is only a name change. So the name used to be StepUp Premium Pricing Refinance, and now it's called StepUp Lender Credit Refinance. So the lender credit option allows lenders to allocate 3.5 points to a borrower closing costs and lender compensation. Lenders should follow industry standard practices for determining what costs can be covered by the service release premium. For more information, we've got this pricing examples document available, as well as our lock fee and SRP guide, which will be provided to you a little bit later. Here's what the lender credit refinance will look like on the right page. You can see here it's just still under StepUp, and it says lender credit there. All right, so I am going to next talk you through the commitment system changes, and I'm going to go over the main differences, and then Heidi's going to walk you through the online commitment system to show you the differences here. Just give us 1 second to, yeah. Oops. Sorry, you can see our screen right now. It's okay, just keep going. All right, so Heidi's just logging in here to our system. And so the main differences are the two pricing options. You are going to see the 0% origination and the 1% origination. Also, you will choose government instead of FHA, VA, and RD, so she'll show you that. And then the StepUp Premium Pricing Refinance will be replaced by the lender credit. So she's going to walk you through those things. So I'm going to hand this over to Heidi in just a minute, and she will walk you through this. So bear with us.
All right. Good morning, everybody. This is Heidi Welch. I'm a member of the Partner Solutions team, as Nicola had mentioned earlier. And so as far as the loan commitment system, right now we're in our test site, which of course is going to look very similar to what you see when it's basically the same thing, just where we do our testing before rolling things out. So you will log in as you always have, just clicking on the single family web management, of course, putting in your username and ID password first. And then again, like normal, you'll go to new loan commitment. And I apologize, but the system is slower in test or in webinar mode than it is in real life. So I apologize for that. Again, you'll go just, we're going to look at, say, a startup purchase loan today. So you would do the same thing that you always have. Highlight Startup Purchase Program, and then go up top and click on New Loan. And wait. And for this option, I'm going to look at the government startup. So you can see, previously you would have seen FHA, VA, RD. Now, as you can see here, they've all been umbrellaed under government startup. So we'll click the arrow in front of that list so that we can get the different options that are available under government startup. And here is where you're going to see some changes as well. So if you were looking at a government first mortgage only with a 0% origination fee, your government first mortgage only with a 1% origination, government with deferred payment 0% orig, government with deferred payment loan 1% orig, and then monthly payment with the 0 and the 1% origination options. So that's what it's going to look like on June 14th when this all goes live for you. So if you were, for example, wanting to do one of the government loans, say an FHA loan with the deferred payment loan and no origination fee to the borrower, you would highlight that and then make sure that your lender is indicated. In most cases it auto-populates for you, but there are some lenders who do need to choose that. So if you are one of those lenders who needs to choose that, you would complete that as normal and then click on New Loan up top. And once the screen comes up, again, it's going to look like it normally has. The difference in this screen here is now you're going to see in your allotment allocation here that instead of being itemized out as like FHA or VA or RD, it's just going to be the government startup and then the government with the deferred payment loan 0% origination fee over in the allocation. The other change here is that for loan type, you are now going to need to indicate which type of government loan it is. So in this case, we had said we were looking at an FHA. So you would drop down to FHA, highlight that, and then just work through your screens as you normally would. Of course, if it were RD or VA, then you would indicate that choice. And if you choose one of the conventional options when you've indicated over here that it's a government product, then you would get an error message when you went to submit the loan. But unlike some error messages where you would have to start over, you could actually just go back to this loan type and correct it so that it matches and then continue submitting the loan. So that's pretty much it. It's pretty simple. I do want to just pull up or just quickly do one of the conventional loans as well. So again, we'll do StepUp Purchase Program, new loan. And wait for the screen to load. And then let's look at let's look at a conventional uninsured startup. So if you expand that, here you're going to see, so you've got your Fannie Freddie first mortgage only with a 0 arrears, with a 1% arrears, with the deferred payment loan with 0 and 1%, with the monthly payment loan 0% arrears and 1% arrears. And then if you look here, you'll see the risk sharing does not offer that 0% origination because it's not available. So that's just kind of knowing when you're looking at the products and the rate page and knowing what's available with what. And so in this case, we'll choose the Fannie Freddie with deferred payment loan, 1% origination, go up top and click new loan. And wait for the screen to load. And then again, here you do need to indicate, even though it's, even though it is it doesn't drop down all the government options because it still is just allocated to the conventional, but you still need to go in and indicate the loan type just like you always have. And then you would work through your different tabs in your screens and again submit loan when you were completed. So that is it for any system kind of updates. It's not too bad, and we will take just a break here for some questions if anyone does have any questions. So yep, any questions? And not seeing any questions come in here, so we'll just go. So again, just to remind you, this is going to be effective for any loans that are locked on or after Tuesday, June 14th. So anything that's currently in the commitment system, this is not going to be available. This will be new loans locked on or after June 14th. And then we just have a list of resources here for you. And as Nicola had mentioned earlier, she will be sending out the PowerPoint at some point today. So you will have all of these live links and be able to access this information as well. So I'm still not seeing any questions here. I know yesterday there was one question about the interim commitment form, and those will be updated to reflect these new different 0%, 1% origination options, and those forms will be available when this goes live for you as well. So, yep, I think we're good. There's the Partner Solution contact information, phone number, email address, and there's the team that I'm a part of, and we are here to answer questions for you and help you. So with that, I think we're all set. I'm still not seeing any questions come in, so thanks so much for joining us today. Everyone have a wonderful day, and feel free to contact us again if something comes up later on or you do come up with a question. Thank you so much. Have a great day.